2 minutes late, guys, but you know, I got the beats on. The beats are pumping. 𝗏𝗏𝗀𝘂 is pumping. It's called 𝗏𝗏𝗀𝘂. God knows why this thing is even moving. USTC is also moving. I mean, this is bringing back PTSD for me from the old Luna days. Guys, let me know in the poll. Is this a top signal? I've just opened up a poll here. I need to know, is this GROK move and this 𝗏𝗏𝗀𝗏𝗏 USTC pumping, is this a sign of the top? Should we be going lower? I need to know. And then, guys, today I've got tokens for you. I'm looking at Sol. I'm obviously looking at this Luna stuff. I'm looking at GROK, Super. I see Super's fallen over. I'm looking at Phantom, Render, Injective, and maybe we'll deal with this BENANCE one more time, because I see the internet is still blowing up with BENANCE stuff everywhere. So a lot to get into. Well, let's get going. Guys, I see you guys are coming at the chat. You're already hitting me with some tokens here. Hit me with your vibe here. Are you guys feeling a little bit bearish as well? I always say I don't like to get too bearish on support, because you know what happens when we get to support sometimes, especially decent areas. We sometimes get some kind of recovery bounce or some kind of relief. So we mustn't get too scared on support. But I'm sure a lot of you are asking the question. I mean, looking at these banter bubbles here, there is actually blood everywhere. The only thing saving the day is this 𝗏𝗏𝗀𝘂, Uni, and Injective. I'm going to show you Injective. Injective looks interesting. It looks like it's breaking a trend, actually. Yeah, let me know how you guys are feeling. I don't want to be super bearish here on these support areas, but we do need to understand that if BTC starts falling over, these alts are going to get wrecked. These alts are going to get smashed. And we need to understand where they're going to go. And if we are going to short these things, how do we go about it? How are we going to short these altcoins? So let's start with BTC. Let's open the batting here. Let's look at BTC right now. This is the 4-hour, and I've been watching this bleed out over the last 24 hours. And I'll show you a little thing that I like to watch when BTC is dipping lower, just to kind of give me an indication that we may or may not be getting a short-term reversal. And you can see now in the last few minutes, it has started reversing. So BTC has dripped down into the 618 and has now shown a nice strong candle here on the 4-hour. So things are looking a little bit better, but we are dealing with a trend. So we can't get too excited here. We do have a trend in the way. So if BTC does push up, we can't get too excited beyond, say, 37,300. Maybe when it starts breaking this trend and starts pushing up from there, then we can maybe get excited again and start talking about 38K. But I must say that it wasn't a great look, that 38K pump and dump they gave us on Friday. I mean, I was getting a little bit excited. We wanted to see BTC hold those areas, and they basically played us. We drank the Kool-Aid, and they played us the whole weekend. And now they've dripped us down back, and we've seen a lot of these altcoins bleed out. So what was I looking for BTC, just to give me a clue that we may or may not get a reversal? Well, I like to watch the regular RSI. So, I mean, you know, we use this stochastic a lot, but this regular RSI on the 1 hour on BTC is always a great indicator that you may or may not be getting a reversal anytime soon. And you try and tie that in with strong zones. So I was just keeping my eyes on this 1 hour, and you can see every time we get a nice little 1 hour dip, we do get some kind of recovery bounce on BTC. So I was watching that closely with BTC moving into that 618. So we did get some kind of relief bounce for now, but the pain might not be over. So remember, we do have resistance ahead of us, and lower down we might have to come and visit this little trend here, and a possible wick even into this 36,200 region, which actually ties in very nicely with a 786 fib. But that should be then the dip for this move, and then maybe another push up into this trend region. So bulls, you want to watch this trend. You want to see this trend broken. And while we're hanging on there, these are the levels you're watching: 36,200, this current 618, and then this 35,600 region. So these are my main areas for now to play this one today. Okay, let's see. Grumpy, so bearish. Wrecked in Korea. Are you feeling so bearish here, bro? What's going on here? Aren't you my local bull? Whale Talk says USTC. Yeah, guys, this Luna pump is ridiculous, and this GROK pump. Also, let me know who got this GROK move. I got a piece of GROK move. This guy George got the GROK move. He showed everyone. He told the whole of Twitter he got the GROK move. So yeah, guys, maybe I'll show you my GROK move at the end. Mine looks a little bit better. I got a little bit of a better entry than him. He should maybe watch my show. But yeah, I'll show you that one a little bit later on if you hang around. Okay, let's finish this BTC. So right, we know where we are on the 4 hour, and dominance wise, well, I've been keeping my eyes on this guy as well today, and we had a nice little dominance rejection. And you see when BTC shows weakness and this dominance starts dropping, these alts tend to hang on a little bit better to their area. So I quite enjoyed that this dominance was dropping. So we don't want it now to shoot back up. That's going to put more pressure on these altcoins if BTC is going to start reversing. So what we want to see on dominance, this is the 1 hour. We want to lose this trend, and we want to just send this guy a little bit lower, and then that should give our alts some kind of relief rally. So the first one I wanted to talk to you about today was this GROK situation. And I mean, we all know what it is now. It's Elon Musk's AI bot, and it's some kind of meme situation about this, and off it goes, you know. So guys have been pumping this thing the whole weekend, and how do we play this? How do you get an entry now? If you didn't catch this thing, how do you play this? Well, basically we got to go level by level. These tokens do play the same way that a lot of these other coins play, and they follow the 618s, they follow the 382s, and they respect these levels quite nicely. So what I would suggest here, this is GROK on the 4 hour. You can see we have a 382 reaction at the moment, but what I have noticed now, if you are trying leverage on things like GROK, these moves are massive in these candles, and you're going to get rinsed out up and down non-stop. So be very careful if you are playing leverage. But with regards to areas, if you want to trade GROK, if you think there's more power in this GROK move, look out for some kind of potential flag that you can watch forming here in this region. Right now, you're going to watch 382 as support. You're going to watch the 618 as potential support here at 0.0187. So that's a nice potential bounce zone, and then this 382 at 0.022 that it's holding currently. So these are two areas of interest for GROK if this move's going to continue. We know there's something happening tomorrow with it apparently, so let's see if there's a little bit more momentum. But we did see Super, for example, fall over very quickly after a massive super pump. So let's take a look at the Super. Super pushed up. We had exchange listings, all sorts of things happening with Super, and it's been drifting down. This is the 1 hour, and it's been a slow bleed out for now. So best way to play Super, again, if you're a bull, you're looking at solid reaction areas for potential moves, and you're looking at trends for potential breaks and retests. So again, my suggestion here on Super is be a little bit patient, let this thing break this trend, and give a signal that we might be pushing up again. Otherwise, I suspect Super is going to start drifting a little bit lower here into the 0.24 region, which I've marked down here for you, and you can see there's a nice little support area. This move really did take off, and with all these listings, I think it was 𝗕𝗁𝗄, it might have been Bybit, a couple of others, and people really got stuck into this. But now looks like a little bit of profit taking here. Okay, let's see who else is in the chat. Yes, Danielle says Injective is going to go. Now, guys, tell me about this Injective situation, because I've been watching this one today, and it's looking stronger than a lot of these other tokens. This is Injective on the 12 hour. While everything was bleeding out, Injective was pushing up into this trend region. So this is looking very interesting. This is a resistance area, and you can see it's trying to stick its head through currently. So if Injective is going to turn bullish here, and we saw in Banter Bubbles, it's one of the few, it's here at the bottom here, 4% up, Uni's 5% up. And if Injective is going to turn bullish, we might get some kind of break and retest here today. So let's keep our eyes on this while we're chatting. This is resistance now. So again, we need to confirm support before we get excited. This is a resistance zone. This is a bear zone right now. So let's keep our eyes on the 17.2 region. If we can break this and start reclaiming it, even on a lower time frame, we might get something out of Injective here. So let's keep our eyes on this guy. Okay, guys, keep the tokens coming through here. Gasper wants to talk about Ape. Vishal really wants to talk about WorldCoin. I think he's asked me 15 times so far. I'm sure I can help you out here. Okay, we got questions about Sol. Yes, so I've got my list that I want to give you guys, and let's take a look at the next one. Let's take a look at Sol. Okay, so Sol is in a very interesting place. So if you're asking the question now, like you want to short Sol, my answer to you is let's not short it on support. We've got a trend pull from late October. We've got a 618. We've got some horizontals. We are actually in a potential bounce area right now for SOL. So if you're feeling bearish, it's generally because the market's been dropping, and by the time you're ready to start shorting, you'll probably find a lot of the time, by the time you want to press the button on a short, you're often sitting on some kind of support. So always just be aware of that. The best times for shorting is when the market is green and ripping, and the best times for longing is when you're feeling bearish and the market is sitting on supports. So SOL is at its first support region on this 4-hour candle. So the bears out there that want to short SOL, you need to be a little bit more patient. You need to look for option 1, SOL to dip lower into this region here, into the 50 region, give us a bullish reaction and bounce, and then you're going to get your short opportunity. So bears, you need to hang around a little bit longer. If SOL's going to dip lower, you want that bounce, you want that retest, then you can get that confirmation that SOL is potentially going to come lower, and then we're going to start targeting these lower areas here at 48 to 46 as a potential region there for SOL. Other alternative here is if SOL starts pushing up and you are feeling that the market has had it, GROK is pumped, LUNC is pumped, George is showing his P&L, maybe it's time to turn bearish. Well, you're going to bang out a new trend, and you're going to look for these resistance areas over here where we can get a possible rejection on Solana. So if you are a bear, this is what you're going to look for. You're going to look for these pushes into resistance areas now. Okay, so if we do get a short-term bounce, there might be an opportunity brewing right here for you for a potential SOL short. And this is for the bears. This is for the bears. I don't want to kill the bulls here. But if we do get this push into this resistance area, you're going to be looking at this trend and horizontal region for possible rejection, and then a potential move lower down. So those are your two bearish short options. But for the bulls right now, we are sitting on temporary short-term support, maybe some kind of relief bounce incoming. And if we start breaking trends and pushing upwards, then we deal with it differently. But right now, again, eyes on BTC. We want to see BTC recover. BTC starts breaking that trend, then some of these alts are going to turn bullish again, and then we can put our bull hats on and get stuck in. Joy says Lido captain. Lido and ETH have been very disappointing. Guys, let me know how many times have you tried a long ETH and how many times you've been disappointed, because I'm on about my 4th long on ETH, and it just keeps doing the same thing. It's the absolute stable coin here at around 2,000. So let me know how you guys are dealing with ETH, or do you stay away? Let me know. Okay, let's look at the next one I've got for you. I've got DYDX. This was, again, just a token of interest for you guys because it looked so much like BTC. We had BTC dipping into a 618, and we've got things like Solana, Phantom, etc., etc. DYDX dipping into a 618 and trend. So they look very similar to one another. And again, a sign of a potential reversal brewing on DYDX. Things that are of interest to me, we've got the 618, we've got the trend, we've got this 4-hour stochastic bottoming out over here. That is looking interesting. And then I've got some action on LUNC as well for you guys that could play a part here. So let's pull up LUNC. So we got order blocks a little bit lower down, but that's not what I wanted to show you. Yes, I wanted to show you this guy. Okay, so LUNC has printed its first X, which is something we like to look for. We like to see that the move is getting tired. So as you can see, LUNC printed the short in this region over here. They started sending it down, and now it's printed its first X as an indication that this sell-off might be slowing down. Again, it doesn't predict exactly where the sell-off is going to end, but it might be our first indicator that's saying, hang on, things are potentially slowing down here, and we need to start looking for longs rather than looking for shorts, especially on the wide time frame. So let's go back to this 4-hour. Okay, let's pull up this 4-hour. I see my trading view is slowing me down here. Okay, one sec. Okay, so if we go back to the 4-hour, we can identify 2 areas of interest for DYDX where we should get some kind of bounce based on LUNC also telling us that this downward move is potentially slowing down. So the 2 obvious areas for me on DYDX are the 618 here at 3.2, which is exactly where it is right now. So potential bounce incoming here. And then the next region where we might get our second X on LUNC if they want to send it lower we are looking at this 2.9 to about we'll call it 2.99 to about 2.9 region for DYDX. And by then, I would say Lux Algo is printing the second X and is looking for that next push higher. So bulls on DYDX, these are some areas of interest. And the same way we were looking at Solana, if DYDX does lose this trend, we need to be careful. We need to understand that if we lose this trend, we might get a nice bounce up here. But we need to be careful now, because that area is going to become a rejection area, resistance zone, and things could get very tricky. And we're also going to have a trend in play over here. And that could also reject things for DYDX. So remember, if you do get this this loss of trend and we get the bounce at the 618, nice little long, could get a nice little scalp long. But remember, once we push higher into that resistance area, then you are potentially looking for shorts, and we might be looking for lower levels. And that move could also tie in with BTC pushing into a resistance zone and rejecting. Okay, lots of questions about Lido. I see some people are enjoying the music. Nice, guys. I still see there's a mixed bag out there. Some guys in the chats afterwards are always saying, no, the music's too much. And then other people loving the music. Guys, it's difficult to please everyone. So I'm trying to please myself. And I like the music in the background. It keeps me calm when I'm talking to you. The sending says, file, please, big deal. Okay, we can look at that. We can look at that GALA chart. Yes, we need to look at these old school gaming tokens, because these old school gaming tokens, and when I say old school, I'm talking like 2 years old. 𝗓𝗄𝗃 Infinity, that started pumping. GALA's looked interesting again. Decentraland looked interesting again. That also might have something to do with this Binance listing in Japan of some of these tokens. So just if you did notice more volume in some of these tokens over here, it might be linked to the fact that they are now part of the Binance Japan stable. And people might be buying them. So I saw, for example, 𝗕𝗵𝘆 showed a few signs, a little bit of extra green there earlier today. GRT, I think, was showing nice signs as well, and Decentraland's done well. So see if your token is on this list. I see ApeCoin, EOS. What else? We've got Arbitrum, Optimism. Those type of things are on that list. So you might notice a little bit more volume there. And then, guys, we've also got to talk about this BENANCE. Let me know in the chats if anyone wants to talk about BENANCE. I'm prepared to talk about BENANCE if you want to. I did that meme coin show for you guys the other day. And, you know, if we want to go back into that dark place of those meme coins, I'm prepared to one more time, just because I've seen some funny memes blowing around on the net. And you guys might enjoy some of the things going on there for BENANCE. So let me know. I'm happy to look at some of that for you guys. Okay, this is Filecoin, another example. And again, BTC dropping onto a 618. What's happening to Filecoin? Dropping onto a 618. So again, possible reaction zone. I'm not absolutely convinced that this is the move for Phantom. I think we do need a dip lower, and for me, it makes sense. You can see we've got this little trend coming up here very nicely. This trend pool from 20th of October, and starting to look a bit longy for me if we get this dip into this region over here. So 0.287, that type of area is an area of interest for me. So if we do get a move lower, potential longs are brewing over there. And again, bears, you're going to keep your eyes open for that trend that's going to come into play. If it does dip lower, you're going to look at something along these lines. And any pushes up, you're going to look for some kind of rejection or reaction at this trend. So if we do get this wick lower, look out over here. We're probably going to get some kind of reaction here. And if things are bearish, it's going to reject. And then they're going to send us to our dream entry zone at 0.25. So that is still my dream entry here for Phantom to be part of this bull run. I think it's still quite bullish. If it moves back to here, it's a retest of the 200-day and the 50-day MA. Could be a nice look for Phantom. Could be a nice look for a lot of altcoins. We know Matic is at 0.69, 0.68. That's a hot zone for Matic, and it looks identical, really. So 200-day MA, 50-day MA, hot zone for me. So again, if we get the little bounce here from Phantom, let's look for that rejection. Let's see what happens, and then it could reverse. Bulls, again, you can wait, you get your break of trend, and then you can send it higher. So again, you can play that. The trend then would have changed, things are bullish, and then we can climb in again, and then we'll be savage on these 15-minute candles again, catching these breakouts. So again, just a little bit of patience here, especially for the leverage traders. Always just try and know when to push the button, when to be cool, when to sit back, when to relax a little bit. You know, not all conditions are suited for permanent long leverage situations. So just be a little bit careful. DGen Viking is asking for Injective again. And Vishal, bro, I've got you. I'm definitely going to give you WorldCoin. I'm telling you, I'm going to give you WorldCoin. Okay, let's the next one on my list, guys. We've got 𝗏𝗏𝐶. Okay, let's take a look at what's going on here. People talking about something to do literally with the moon. That now they are trading this token. I don't know, guys. Look at this. 40% up. 30%. Okay, it's dumping. 200% up for this UST. Let's try and see what's going on here. And look, it's nice that these super shit coins with zero value, zero utility. I mean, I don't even know why somebody would trade this thing. They do respect FID and they do respect levels. So if you are that level of DGen that you want to trade these things, you need to understand you've got to do some basic TA and understand your levels and areas of interest. And look what this thing rejected at. It's a 618 and horizontal. Classic TA play here. And right now, 𝗏𝗏𝐶, LUNC, is looking for some kind of support here at this multiple zeros and then 1167. Now, this is not something I'm touching. I'm staying away from this thing. I don't short these things. I try not to long these things. As exciting as it might look, you can get chopped up very quickly. So just be very careful. But if you are, for whatever reason, you're involved in this thing, and I'm not condoning it, you're looking at potential support here at 000115, and then another region here on a pullback. But I think, look, this pullback region 101. But I reckon by the time it gets to that region, this pump is done. And this is falling over. So just be super careful there, guys. And remember, if you're shorting these things, a lot of people are trying to short it. So you can get rinsed out of this thing as quickly as you came in. So just exercise a bit of caution there. Okay, let's tick that one off the list. DYDX off the list. Phantom off the list. Render. Let's give you guys some render. Now, render been very quiet. If you've been trying to trade render, it's been absolutely a rough ride for you. I mean, this chop that they're giving you up, down, it's been absolutely brutal. So if you're a leverage trader, I know how you're feeling. The sideways stuff is incredibly frustrating. And I mean, Sheldon was actually making a funny comment today, but you know what? It's the sell-offs don't wreck you as much as the sideways action wrecks you, especially if you're a leverage trader, because you just can't get ahead. It's up, down, and you just get chopped up all day. So we get it. And remember, that's why we wait for our good areas and we wait for these changes of trends, and we know when to push the button and we need to know when to take our foot off the gas. And this is obviously one of these moments here with render, and we just need to be a little bit patient. So this is the render 8 hour, and you can see it's drifting down. This 382 region is at just above 3, so that is an area of interest, potential reaction there. But the hot zone for me still for render is this 2.64 area, and you can see I've got a 618, I've got some horizontals, and we do have this 50-day MA starting to talk to us and just lifting up a little bit higher. So there is time on render. You guys haven't missed anything. And if BTC starts bleeding out, you're going to see a lot of this stuff in a lot of these altcoins. You're going to see this up-down business all the way. And that's an area you can try for a nice little long move on render. You'll get that rejection and then a potential move higher. So you'll get a rejection there somewhere at that 382. And then if it does want to dip lower, this is another hot zone where you can try at 2.2, and these are big gaps. So you know, if you miss your opportunity in the beginning and it dips lower, these are massive gaps. So you know, better entries make better longs anyway at the end of the day. I see Madafa is giving me fire. Okay, nice. Shaquille's looking for OP. Okay, guys, I've got another one for you here. Let's just recap Injective. I just want to see what's going on here. I find this very interesting that Injective was showing strength today. So again, we're still in bear country. This is still shorter zones, shorter's paradise. We need Injective to break up first, get support, then we can push it higher. Okay, so just be patient here. Anyone who's trying to long it, just be very patient here. This is resistance. QNT, please, it's a stable coin. Okay, YJT, yeah, you see a lot of sideways action here with some of these altcoins. They're not doing much. Okay, let's see what else we got. We got a request for Ocean. 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, that's a good one. I'm hearing such good things about these 𝗏𝗏s. Okay, let's see. The next one I want to talk to you about is 𝗕𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Now, guys, I mean, do we still trade this token? I don't know. I mean, Hustle's been calling the biggest gaming moves in history, and I don't think 𝗙𝗓𝗃 is on that list. So guys, this is more for the old traditional 2021 traders. If you are interested in things like 𝗙𝗓𝗃, we did have some kind of mega pump today. Again, nobody knows why. Or if you do, let me know in the chat why this might have moved. But what we've got here, we've got a horizontal at 6.5. So this is a potential rebuy area for 𝗙𝗓𝗃. So it pumps straight into this resistance zone. Again, guys, just basic levels at play here. Again, these alts respecting these levels. You can see they hit these areas. Nice little rejection. And now, if you are bullish on 𝗙𝗓𝗃, are people still bullish on 𝗙𝗓𝗃? If you are, potential area here for you, 6.55, 6.5. That could be a bounce zone. Otherwise, maybe it was some exit vibes there for them. Maybe they pumped it to sell some of their tokens and get out. Next area I would look at 6.2. That's your next potential region here at the 618. So 𝗙𝗓𝗃 right now, nice little move today, but they sold it off as quickly as they could, and no momentum. So just be a little bit careful. Razel wants to know what's driving LUNC. Yeah, absolute lunacy. The same people that are longing the meme coins and all these absolute shit coins. Bro, I actually don't have answers for you. Somebody was telling us in the research call today, had something to do with the literal lunar cycle, like literally like a lunar cycle, and they decided to long Luna. So, you know, your guess is as good as mine, but that's what I'm hearing out there. Okay, it's somebody says wrecked in Korea. It's Do-Kwon's release in Korea, guys. It could be, you know. So yeah, let us know if you hear any more info. Thanks, wrecked in Korea, for that. Yeah, let us know. I don't keep track of his parole dates and things like that. But yeah, LUNC lunatics. That does make a little bit of sense to me. Okay, what's the next one I got? Okay, let me know in the chats. I need to know. I need actually likeage. I want likeage. I'm going to play you this meme about this ridiculous token BENANCE. Let's see, we're on 209 likes. Okay, give me 300 likes. I'm going to show you a BENANCE meme that's really cracking me up at the moment, and we're going to take a look at this BENANCE chart, because these guys are pumping this thing so hard and the token's not moving much, but it might be setting up for something interesting. So let me see, guys, fire up those likes. I'm looking at this live now. Okay, there we go. Here we go. Okay, fire up the likes. I'm going to give you some BENANCE action. And then I'm also going to give you my GROK P&L, which is better than George. Cryptos are us. But I suspect, you know, this might be a sign that the top is in here. So if I show you my P&L, that might be the sign that the market is about to fall over, because the golden rule in trading and the golden rule in leverage trading is the minute you show your wife or your friends your P&L, the top is in. Okay, and we know that as traders, we know that already. Maybe George doesn't know that because he's showing everybody. So yeah, I'm gonna show you mine, but don't say I didn't warn you that is potentially then the top of the market, and we're gonna take a breather and let things bleed out a little bit. Okay, so Kenneth says pump up the likers, guys. We're on 282. It's coming. Keep sending it. And I see my sidekick here, Legend David, has also arrived, and I believe he's got one or two special setups in store for us. Yeah, let me flash him to you guys. There he is. So he's got something for you guys too. So keep firing it up. Chaos says send it to 0. Let's not go to 0. We don't want to go to 0 yet. Okay. Cass, we got requests for Cass. Let's look at Cass. And then we've hit our likes target. Okay, we've hit our likes target. We're going to pull out some BENANCE action. Now, guys, remember, this BENANCE is an absolute shit show. I don't know anything about it other than it turned into a meme. Now they're creating some kind of exchange, and it's viral all over the internet. And it's got the most ridiculous memes playing with Janet Yellen. And I find it very amusing. So I'm going to play you some of them. Here's a CAS update. This is the current CAS situation. I am still long CAS, and no reason to exit just yet. I would like it to pump a little bit more, though. I'm sure Simon wants it to pump a little bit. But here, I'm tracking this trend currently. So we're just going to track this trend at the moment. 618, again, weakness. And what do we get? We get a 618 bounce from these altcoins. Let's see how that plays out. Otherwise, cash, your low is 0.114. That is an area of interest. And then we do have a 618, but he's a little bit lonely here. He doesn't have much support. So yeah, not a high conviction 618 for me. I like these 618s to tie in with a lot of horizontals and things, and maybe some moving averages. And that 618 is looking very lonely. So yeah, I mean, 0.108 is an area of interest, but it's not a high conviction interest area. 𝗏𝗏𝐶 is not pumping because of the moon. It's because of Do Kwon. Christine, you're killing my vibe. I thought it was a good story that it was pumping because of the moon. Okay, well, it's fine. It's pumping because of Do Kwon. Okay, guys, let's take a look at this BENANCE. Now I got to do some magic fingers here and get this sound working on my screen. So bear with me with these boomer vibes here. Let me just get this working. 1 second. Full boomer vibes here. Trying to work the tech. Trying to get this BENANCE thing out for you guys. Okay, let's get the sound. Okay, this is driving me insane. These memes. Let me know if you guys can hear this. But I'm enjoying the vibes here.
It's BENANCE. It's BENANCE.
Finance.
It's BENANCE. It's BENANCE. It's BENANCE.
Finance.
It's BENANCE. BENANCE. BENANCE.
Finance.
I don't know. I can't deal. I can't deal with this. I can't deal with it, Dave. Do you know what BENANCE is, bro? You muted. This BENANCE is killing me. Okay, I'm pulling up. There you go.
Yeah.
I'm pulling up the BENANCE chart. Do you know what this BENANCE is?
I've never heard of that, man. That was what the heck? Yeah.
So these guys invented, or they created this. This token because she mispronounced Binance. So now it's a full on. They've created like a whole like DEX for BENANCE, basically. Yeah, no, it's the most ridiculous thing, and it's blowing up Twitter, basically. Guys, do you like BENANCE? Do you know, go look at these BENANCE memes out there. I still haven't bought this thing, but what I did want to say is this thing is trending, and the price isn't moving. So it's a little bit. I mean, they're putting a lot of effort into this BENANCE on the internet, but this price is just not moving at all. So yeah, if you want to trade this thing, it's on DEX tools. And yeah, you know, that's where I'm going to leave that. And possible trend in play there. This is the 2-hour chart. Bulls, you know what to do here. You wait for that break, and yeah, let it go from there. There's a comment here about Rollbit. Jeez, I don't even know if that is on Rollbit, or yeah, maybe you want me to look at Rollbit. Yeah, we could look at Rollbit. But yeah, guys, that's BENANCE again. Highest risk, probably worse risk than this Do Kwon coin. This LUNC, which is now even dipping past its support area. So guys, just be super careful here. Dave, what are you looking for longs? What's your story?
Yeah, I'm looking for longs. Expecting a Bitcoin bounce here at some point. Maybe at 36.5. Sure you covered some of that.
Yeah, we're looking, yeah, watching this trend currently, looking at the 618, maybe some kind of reaction here. We see how we go, you know, eyes on dominance as well. And yeah, we've highlighted a couple of these altcoins where we might see a little bit more downside and then a potential bounce. So yeah, we're looking for a couple of things here. Phantom maybe a little bit lower here, 0.285 could be quite interesting. So guys, if you want to hear what Dave is his latest setup is, well, he's going to keep it for the end. Let's get through a couple of do you have a few trade setups for us?
I have a couple of things on the radar, but I would express caution in these times.
Well, we know the top might be in, right? Because George is flashing his P&L to everybody.
Oh man, this guy.
And we know these Luna coins are pumping. GROK's pumping, all these things. So we know what's going on here. Guys, that GROK bounce zone 0.018 might be on its way shortly. So just keep your eyes on that one. Kenneth says it's nice to hear Dave. Okay, let's get some of your coins going here, guys. Let's see what we got. GRT. Okay, so this is GRT on the 4 hour. Okay, GRT, I'm looking at support here on the 4 hour. So this is an interesting zone moving into right now. So a little bit more BTC weakness could give us some kind of reaction zone here on GRT. So that is something interesting. We do have a downtrend in play, so also just be aware of that. So two options here. If we do get some kind of bounce here, you can also wait, make sure we do have a trend change, and maybe send that one from there. But yeah, I would watch this 0.1434 as a support region, and then lower down you've got trend as well as that horizontal. Let's see where the Fibonacci takes us here. Okay, playing around that 382. Let's see where we got our 618. Okay, so that's quite a hot zone down here, the horizontal, trend, and 618. So that's a nice area. So if it loses that support area, 0.138, nice little area for GRT. So again, just track this trend lower. If it starts dipping, track the trend and let it make its way down. And then you can always play the bull vibe. You can play the breaker trend later and that retest. Okay, let's see. We've got other questions for GALA. These old school gaming tokens, eh, guys? Okay, let's go GALA. Okay, so GALA is an interesting one. Dave, do you still trade this guy?
I haven't been lately, no. It's kind of been doing its own thing lately.
Yeah, it's slowly just drifting higher. So it's trying to hold support here, 0.26. So if you are trading GALA, this is a zone to watch. I mean, this is the first sort of reaction area it's moving into now. But again, if you've been a leverage trader in like a lot of these tokens in the last while, it's been absolutely messy. Look at these candles. Just complete destruction all day, up, down, up, down, up, down, just up, down, stops everywhere. So quite challenging out there. We really need a move. We need a move lower or we need a big move higher. Either one. We'll take anyone. But yeah, right now I would say watch the 0.026 region for GALA. Otherwise, we're going to have to look at some potential trend supports here for you. Okay, so these are basically, this is how you're going to play this. GALA loses this horizontal. What happens? Might start drifting out of this trend, and then you're looking at 0.0215 as your next backup zone. So I'd say look for a bounce in this region, 0.026 down to 0.025, and we start losing that trend where you're watching that 200-day MA, and it's a much stronger area down there. So that 0.02122 region I like. Okay, lots of requests for HBAR. Okay, let me, Vishal, bro, I'm going to give you your WLD. Okay, let's do this. World coin, WLD for Vishal. Okay, so this thing was looking quite bullish recently. Yeah, we had that inverse head and shoulders and a little fake out, and looks like it's on its way back down. Let's take a look. Okay, where can we get a reaction on this thing? Let's take a look here. Let's look at first area of interest. Smells like a 786 or something along those lines. Okay, so some horizontals here. So there is some minor support. This is not a major support region. but there is support here. Vishal 786 here at 2.43, that sort of area. You can see there's horizontals here. This is 4 hour horizontals in play. 786 reaction area. You could get something out of that. And then remember, you are now in a downtrend on WLD. So once these things hit the top and they start falling over, they form their downtrends. And then you just need to be careful. You need to look for these rejections at trend, and you can play them down all the way. And you play those trends until they break. At some point, the trends obviously break. But yeah, right now, your first support region, 2.44. Now, can you please stop spamming the chats with WLD, bro? I'd really appreciate that. He asked about 400 times. Okay, Harold. Let's see what Harold's got here up his sleeve with this Pith network. Pith. Guys, can somebody in the chats drop the pronunciation? Wrong answers only. Drop it in the chats, please. How do you pronounce this PYTH? Okay, downtrend, steep. Geez, Dave, this thing's just hanging on, hey?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, right. So, right, we've got a 618. We don't have horizontal in play here. Harold, let us know. Are you leverage trading this thing, Harold, or is this a spot buy? I think spot buy, you'll be okay long term. But this is a new token, so we don't have much information available to us other than a couple of 1 hour candles here that we are dealing with. And you can see in a sharp downtrend. From what I do understand, this was some kind of airdrop, so people are potentially still selling or offloading their tokens. And until that's done, you might get some selling. So yeah, next major area is the lows here at 28. So it could be a trip down. And if you're just waiting for a scalp or an opportunity, this is your first potential reaction area. But again, if we move up from here, we're looking at this trend, okay? Potential rejection zone as well. And then they could potentially just send that one a little bit lower. So again, you're going to play that trend and look for that. You just want to see a little bit of support develop after you get those breaks. Harold is in Harold's in a leverage short. Harold, beast, bro. What is your entry? Let us know. Yeah. It's potential bounce coming here, but you're gonna struggle here. Trend. Let's look at these stochastics as well. Let's see what they do. Yeah, potential bounce on the regular RSI as well. So yeah, could be a short-term move higher. But again, if you got a good entry there, nothing too much to worry about until it starts breaking that trend. So yeah, just play it easy there. When you start breaking that trend, then maybe, yeah, Marcel, thanks for that. Thanks for that pronunciation there, bro. That's exactly what I was wondering about. Pith like a helmet, P-I-T-H like a helmet. Harold wants to know where to long again. Well, yeah, this is a potential long area, Harold, and then again lower down at that next region. So yeah, Marcel, I don't know if that's the correct pronunciation. I'm not going to lie. Jason's got something going on there. Peeth. Yeah, that could make sense. Peeth. Okay, let's see. Let's look at Rollbit. Oh, this is this Dreams as well. This Dreams quest, guys. We spoke about this the other day. We were sitting here at this resistance area, 0.014. Again, this thing is moving now. So if you got that entry, you are now at resistance. Okay? Resistance area now. So just be super careful up here. Your first major support is back down at this region at the 0.014 area. So keep that in mind if you do get pullbacks. Otherwise, we do have some kind of support developing here, but it's not super strong. But it is an area. Okay, so again, support region 0.017 or 0.018 and 0.014. So those are potential zones. What was I looking at? What was I about to pull up, Dave?
Oh man, I don't know. Now you're looking
Okay,
at
well,
𝗏𝗏.
guys, remind me. I was getting the token out, and then I saw this dreams. Okay, so here, guys, this PYS potential bounce there. Okay, so Arbitrum, yes, Arbitrum we've got to look at. Oh, sister says Pyth, like Pythagoras. Okay, I dig that. Guys, remind me what token I was supposed to look at there that I was trying to offload. Okay, ARB, let's see. So ARB, this is our second visit down to 618. Let's take a look here.
Yeah, I was looking at ARB right now. It looks good.
Yeah, so it's got an interesting
97 cents. 97.84.
97.
Yeah, that would make the third touch of the trend line there. And then moving average.
Okay, so guys, 50-day MA, a little bit lower down, so a little bit more BTC weakness, and I think we get a nice 97 here, Dave. Nice little entry here, 97 for potential opportunity there on Arbitrum. Let's see.
Yeah, I've got an alert set there.
Yeah, that looks nice, eh? Okay, that looks very nice. So yeah, potential longs coming for Arbitrum. Okay, so 0.97, that's the 50-day MA. 786 trend, 50-day MA. Could be something spicy there for Arbitrum. So yeah, again, and then if you get that bounce for Arbitrum, look out your rejection areas. Look out where you can reject. You can see we've got trends up here. We've got the 200-day MA coming through here at 1, and could quite easily just reject lower and send you down. So just be careful, guys. Anything you're getting into now, just manage your risk carefully. These bounces could potentially be short-term little bounces, and there might be some more downside coming because, you know, top might be in. Right, Rollbit, that's the one. Okay, let's pull out Rollbit. Guys, if I show you my P&L from that GROK, I think it's the sign of the top.
It's kind of insane there.
Let me know in the chats if the top's in. If I show you that, P&L, let me know, because I don't want to jinx anybody. Or maybe we should simultaneously open up a short on BTC as I flash the P&L. Okay, let's see Rollbit daily. Okay, so this is something we've been looking at for a while. It looks like we've been waiting for this one. Again, yeah, drifting nicely into an area of interest. So potential longs brewing here for Rollbit. I would say this is the daily. So down to 0.16 could be an interesting one. Yeah, you know, JDVL says BENANCE is the top signal. Yeah, I agree. The fact that they're making CZ and BENANCE things, I think that's a sign. Definitely a sign. Okay, let's look at our next one here. KUJI and HBAR. Let's go. This is GSWIFT, guys. This is just an update from last week. So we had that little flag, and I see GSWIFT again on the 4-hour. Another little flag incoming here for GSWIFT. So yeah, keep your eyes on this guy. We had this mini flag breakout. Worked out quite nicely. Now another potential flag brewing here. So maybe some more upside for GSWIFT. That's the gaming token for the gaming guys. Yeah, Evelyn says top is in. Should I spare you guys? I can spare you guys and...
Dylan, I think you muted yourself there for a sec. You were muted there, man. I just unmuted you.
Yeah, potential better buys incoming. But again, we might get a short-term bounce, which will give us that little push up, and then maybe we're going to send it lower to those better buy zones. So yeah, I think both options are on the table now. Let's go HBAR. get you a chart out here. Again, HBAR, just so much up down. It's an absolute nightmare if you're trying to trade this thing. Especially like if you're a leverage trader waiting for these big moves, you're getting chopped up all over the place. I mean, look at that selling up here. Once they pushed it up, they just dipped you, then this big move down. So looking a little bit messy here for HBAR. Let's look for some decent support areas. Look, that 200-day is always a very interesting zone to watch. You need to have that on your charts for sure. 200-day MA, 50-day MA, also nice reactions in those regions there. Always a fun area. Let's see if we got some fib action here. 50-day MA, nice. Okay, so here's a hot zone here for you. 618, 50-day MA, that could be fun. And then we got the 200-day a little bit lower down, tied in with some horizontals. So yeah, that's quite nice. 0.0544, that sort of region looks good. And yeah, currently hanging around a 382, but it's not doing much. But yeah, guys, so remember, I mean, this is still trend, so potential bounce area, and we do have this confirmed downtrend. So let's see what happens here. Let's see what happens at this bounce. Bulls, that's what you're looking for. Bears, you're going to just wait. Bears, you're going to get your short up there, and then you get a move lower down, 0.054. That's a nice potential reaction zone on HBAR. We were saying pick me. Let's see. Mario to the moon. there's mixed feelings here in the chat whether I should show this thing or not. Dave, should I show the P&L and send BTC to 0 at the same time?
I think you should.
Okay, guys, what's the likeage here? We're on 397. Okay, 500 likes. I'll show you my P&L, which is actually better than cryptos or us. And I will be the start or the catalyst of the dump immediately. I think that's how we're going to play it. Okay, let's look at Kujira. Okay, yeah, Kujira. So Kujira is an interesting one. Often does really well when the market's dumping because they make money out of liquidation sales and things like that. Quite an interesting token, quite an interesting project. So obviously a lot of hype around it over the last while. This thing's been pumping like crazy, and now, yeah, looking a little bit tired. Let's just try and identify areas where, you know, you might get a reaction. Maybe you're going to get a bounce. But you can see it's always a struggle when you get candles like this. You know, sometimes the moves down then are quite quick. And they can be quite brutal. So let's just start with some basic areas here and just try and get a feel. I like this 618 coming up with the 50-day. That is that's interesting. Okay, so look at the 50-day MA. We know that that provides good support for a lot of these altcoins. And then you tie it in with a 618 potentially. That's also going to help you a little bit. So look at that guy. So that region for Kujira is 2.26, potential hot zone incoming there, and we got a little cluster of support here, but it's not ideal. Let's look at a bit of a bigger picture here. Okay, so we do have a weekly top over there. Let's highlight this guy. Okay, so 1.8. 2.26, 1.8 for Kujira. Both nice areas. Let it come down. You can see it's coming down fast. Just be patient. You can see that that hot zone does make sense. And if it starts reversing anytime before that and it pushes up, look out here. This is a resistance area now. Okay, so this is a potential rejection zone. Okay, so just because it starts pushing up doesn't mean now it's set and you're on your way and you're on your bike to the moon again. Look out for this resistance zone here at just about 3. You'll see how you go there. Okay, guys, keep those likes coming. We need 70 more likes, and then I'm literally going to be the top of the market. Top signal coming in hot for you. I'm happy to be the top signal, guys. We can open our shorts at the same time.
Sounds like a plan. What are we shorting?
I think we should open a massive BTC short the minute I flash that P&L, and we'll see if it's a good sign. Okay, we've got Joy wants to see Lido. Let's look at Lido, and guys, I do have an optimism chart for you that might be coming into a buy zone as well. Okay, 450 likes. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. We're going to top the market together, guys. This is a team effort. We're going to send it to zero together. As one unit, we're going to send the market down. Okay, so Lido, again, nothing too exciting. It's been an ETH sort of play. You want to move it with ETH, and ETH has just been stop start, absolute stable coin. It's been driving me mad, and Lido is behaving quite similarly. So again, rejection from this resistance area. You can see what happened here. Pushed up, rejection there, 2.6, came back, tried to hang around, but it just couldn't. Right now, I would just track this trend, but nothing exciting happening with Lido. I think until ETH starts moving, I think Lido, Optimism, these guys might be a little bit quiet until we really get some move out of ETH. Tomo says, "Open your window. I'm getting capo vibes, guys." I'm not too bearish, guys, but I do know when you start flashing P&Ls around, then we always know that's the sign of the top. And those of you that trade leverage know exactly what I'm talking about, because you would have experienced it showing your friends and then immediately getting wrecked afterwards. I mean, let me know in the chats if that's happened to you, but I'm pretty sure it has. Dave, how many times has it happened to you?
All the time, man.
I had a bad one with XRP once. Wow, I was green. I was stupidly green. It was actually it was terrible. I was basically sending it to everybody I knew so that they could see how green it was. And then on the trip in the car that was 35 minutes long between leaving my one destination and getting to my next, my entire account got liquidated. This was in 2021. It was a monster XRP move. And
I think we were in the same move then. That was when SEC sued XRP, and we were all long in support.
It was so bad. It was so bad. So you the minute you flash that P&L, guys, that's the sign. Okay, what's our next token, guys? I need 31 likes, and then I'm sending us all to zero together. 31 more likes. Let's go. Okay, Ocean. Let's do Ocean for Harvard. Oh, and I want to show you Optimism. This is an interesting one. Let's see what we're getting. Okay, so Optimism drifting into the 618 and potential area of interest. You've seen a lot of these altcoins I've shown you today. We've got this rising trend, and we've got these alts dipping into the 618 and support region. So it is starting to look interesting, at least even some kind of bounce coming in for Optimism. And what you can do is look for reaction zones or resistance areas on any short-term moves, and that could give you a short opportunity if you are feeling bearish. So you can see this set up quite easily here. If we do get a short-term push up, what happens here? Rejection, resistance. We've got horizontals here. We've got 382. We've got trend. So potential rejection zones, potential short zone for any moves higher. And then you're going to watch these reaction areas here. Okay, so trend, horizontal. You're going to look at 618 and that type of thing. So again, short-term potential moves up. If we do, look out at that resistance area, and then moves lower. We've got this rising trend. Okay, we can see this trend here. Maybe a little wick into the 786. Rejection, and then potentially lower as well. So until we break this newly formed trend, we need to look at this with a bearish sort of mindset. And again, so we look for these rejections and bounces off these good areas. You look for these potential rejection zones, and then we can go, guys, 13 likes, and I'm going to show you that P&L, and you're going to thank me that we sent the market to zero together. Okay, Anna wants to see Anu wants to see Mana. Yeah, this is old school gaming tokens from 2 years ago. Mana, Sand. This was a trade we gave on the Sniper Club, or in the Sniper Club. This is a long-term spot trade we gave in the Sniper Club. The entry box is the 200-day MA, 50-day MA, and trend and horizontal. So a nice solid entry region, and much bigger targets, obviously. Again, the assumption is market's bullish, we get pullbacks, no problem. We buy in good regions, 200-day MA, 50-day MA, horizontals, that type of thing. Nice little trend retest, and then potentially some bigger moves later. So yeah, mana right now, let it settle down into the entry box. Otherwise, yeah, just hang around a bit there. Harvard, I didn't do your ocean, bro. Let's do your ocean, guys. And the good news is we've just cracked 500 likes.
Nice.
Okay, so ocean AI play. Again, so many of these alts look like this with these little clusters. Absolute nightmare since that initial run. Just getting chopped up unless you were taking short little moves. For anyone holding for a bigger move, it's probably been very frustrating for you. Okay, so again, you want to look at a trend, you want to look at supports, you want to just try and understand what's going on. So the trend is still up. Okay, so we are still bullish. We haven't lost any bullish momentum yet. This could be just a minor little pullback into this region. So I would say once we start losing this trend region, things look bearish. So again, if we get a little bounce here, look for a trend. Okay, let's see how we go. If we break that trend, we bulls again. If we reject, we potentially looking lower. Okay, and then you get these little rejections. So if we lose this trend, look for that pump higher into the 4-2 region, and then potentially more downside into the 618, which is that juicy area Eric was talking about, as looking for better buy zones. So that's one of them. Okay, guys. So like I promised, we've got George. Look at his entry though, 0.1935, and he did $4,500, and he showed the whole internet, and that was a potential sign of the top. And then I did mine. I got a much better entry. I think George needs to watch our show. Maybe he'll get better entries, or maybe he needs to join the Sniper Club. I don't know. What do you think? We can help him with his entries, but this was a much sharper entry. So George, if you're out there, let us know. We'll give him a comp for the Sniper Club. He can come join, and we can help him get better entries and things like that. What do you think, Dave?
I think it's a great idea. Who wouldn't want to be part of the Sniper Club?
Okay, guys, don't forget BTC. There's a lot of bubbles here. If you click on the BTC bubble, if you can even find it on Banter Bubbles, there it is. Okay, guess the BTC price. If you've been here, you know what's potting here. You need one of the Banter links. If you don't have one of the Banter links, grab one in the description. It's OKX, CoinW, BitGet, or Buy, but it must be a Banter link, obviously. Guess the BTC price at the end of the year and trade 10 times in any one of those exchanges, and you can win an entire Bitcoin. If you just guess the price, you can win half a Bitcoin if you get it right. And you can see the prices are rolling in. And still, every day I look at this thing, we still got more bulls than bears. But I see Victor's come in with two very bearish looking ones here, 22,700 and 25,800. So Victor feeling a little bit bearish there. And the bulls are still strong. Arno's here at 54. Okay, now Arno also came with 29. Arno, sneaky, bro. You got on 54 and 29. Okay, Alan's 41. And yeah, for me, I still like the 40s for the end of the year. Dave, where are you end of the year? 40s.
40s as well. Yeah, so
40. I like 40s. I like 40s with a nice alt pump as well. We must finish the year with a strong alt pump.
100%.
Okay, so Quadra Phoenix said, yeah, send us down, guys. And apologies in advance. I just flashed you my P&L, and that's generally a top sign. So look, good luck out there. Maybe we're going to get those juicier entries. Dave, thanks for hanging. So yeah, just again, guys, be careful out there. You can see what's going on in the market. Time and a place for everything. Now's not the time to be aggressive. with the leverage and things like that. We've got to find these good entry zones. We've got to let things settle. And then once the trend changes and things are moving, then life becomes a lot easier for the bulls out there. But right now, a little bit of patience, small positions again, just be patient. And yeah, sometimes a good trade is no trade. Just sitting back and let things play out. And you can always catch a look later. You're not going to miss too much. You know, you get one move, the market's going to consolidate again, and then you start getting your real opportunity. So don't have FOMO. Don't feel you're going to miss anything. There's always another trade. There's always another opportunity. And again, if it runs away from you, let it run away from you. There's always going to be a time where it consolidates a bit, and then we're going to be sitting here together anyway, and we're going to be trying to catch those 1 hour, those 15-minute breakouts, all those types of things. So take it easy out there, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.